We're at Orange Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and I am the finance manager or business manager, whichever you want to call it. So I originally came from Brazil, of course, moved to the Cape. I was raised on the Cape. I started working as a salesperson at a Mitsubishi store, worked there for a couple of years. Then I moved over to a Nissan store, worked there for it was almost a year that I was there. And then a buddy of mine that worked with me at Mitsubishi, one of the old managers, who's Drew, who's my desk manager here, called me saying that there's a position opening here if I wanted to interview on it. So I came and interviewed with Logan, who's our GM. And right off the bat, it was kind of like weird. Me and Logan kind of got along way too well. And then he was like, well, you have no experience. It's going to be a little bit harder. I did backup F&I for a while, but it was only backup. Very little. My training was very, very limited since I was just a backup. It was kind of like, hey, can you get this stuff signed for me? The sales manager would try to get all the product and the menu done before coming into the box. That way I just pretty much had to sign. So it wasn't much of I didn't learn that much of the position until I actually started here. Scary at first. It's very scary. When you're working on the sales floor, you kind of look at it and you think, I got this. I understand how everything works. And once you step into the box, you realize that everything you thought you knew, nothing's valid. It's a whole different animal that you're dealing with. It's different. You're dealing with the banks. There's not, yes, you do the menu selling with the customer and stuff like that, but there's a lot more on the back of it. You got to find out everything, how the approval works, what you're holding, what you're doing, where your back end is. You got to try to limit it, maximize as much as you can on profit, and it just turns into a whole different type of business that you're dealing with, and it opens your mind to a lot of different things. It gets a little bit easier. My first training, it was kind of like, oh my god, I gotta take all this in. To be honest, it was like, oh my god, this is a lot. I don't know if I can do this. And then with the first week, you're like, okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this. And then on the second week, it's like, yeah, no, I'm not. I am not getting the hang of this. Like, what's going on? And then eventually, everything just starts clicking in. And
week by week
just starts clicking in, and you just kind of get the hang of it little by little. And I mean, F&I Direct was phenomenal. I mean, having you guys here all the time helping us out is like great, because every question I have, just give you a call and I get an answer for it, which is awesome. The whole training process, learning how to actually deal and talk to the banks, was actually phenomenal. I mean, I always been good at talking, but finding my way around the banks was like definitely great. I mean, know how to ask for something, ask for a little bit more back end here, a little bit there, not trying to overexert yourself. You don't want to go like, hey, can I get an extra $3,000?
Right.
Yeah, but at least like, hey, get 500 and you call tomorrow, get another 5.
Without hurting the front, right?
Without hurting the front.
Right.
It's just little by little you start learning the little tricks on how to do everything at work. To be completely honest, my favorite part of it all is dealing with the approvals in the bank itself. Yes, I love closing customers. The feeling that you get when you close a customer is really good. But the feeling that you get when you get an approval the way you want it, it's even better. So learning how to deal with the banks, to me, is the best part of the training.
Person lectures.
The one-on-one trainings is phenomenal. I love it. I'm the type of person that I have to see it with my own eyes and be able to like literally live it in order for me to learn. That's just how I am. The modules, as me and you know, I'm very, very bad with them. By the way, I actually caught up on all of them this week.
Awesome.
I caught up on all of them this weekend. I mean, they're really great. They teach you literally every single thing that you want to learn about F&I on the modules. Me, I tend to not find time for them. I don't know if it's on purpose or not. It might be on the back of my mind.
So you found it beneficial that they're short?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this weekend I actually got on top of it, got all my modules done, finished all the way to the bonus ones, which is really great as well. But yeah, for me the 101 is phenomenal.
Awesome.
I prefer the 101 any day. Yes, the modules are phenomenal, help you a lot. But it's just my type of learning is like I have to be that one-on-one person. I have to hear and stuff like that. Even in school, I never really liked taking notes. It was kind of like.
Well, tell us a little bit of what you've been able to accomplish in the few months that you've been doing this.
It's my third month now. First month was kind of scary. I was like, oh god, I have a draw to clear that's a lot higher than what I'm used to.
And why did you end up the first month?
First month I cleared it by very little.
But what about your performance for the store?
Performance was pretty well. I managed to get 50% VS, I believe it was 50% on all my vehicle service contracts. I closed.
What about your PRU?
I think my PRU, product per unit, I think was. Trying to remember on the top of my head. PRU for the month of January was a total of 1.6.
No, your total retail, your.
Oh, you mean my average?
Yeah.
My average that I closed it at 1,300. Well, no, sorry, it was actually 1,300 was the second month. The first month I closed it at 11.5. So my first month I closed it at 11.5.
11.50 a copy.
Yes,
11. And compliantly, did you feel like you were doing things the right way?
I did, but I didn't because I said I go for myself.
No, but I mean, for as far as the legally.
Yes.
Proper disclosures.
Proper disclosures, everything
Talk a
done the
little
right
bit
way.
about that.
Getting all the paperwork the right way. Make sure that I get everything within the lines because there's a lot of things that you can go off the lines really easy without noticing yourself. So that's another thing that the training helped me with a lot. A lot of things that I thought was okay to do was not really okay to do. And F&I Director was able to show me how everything's supposed to be doing, especially Al that's here all the time helping me out, which is phenomenal. My first month was definitely the month that I made my biggest mistakes. Everything was like, why did I do this? And then my second month was like, okay, I remember on the first month I did that, so let's not do it again. Kind of thing. So you start getting a little bit better with it with time, of course. My biggest advice is don't get scared. Just go right into it and just hit everything head first. Everything gets thrown at you. Get it done right away. Don't put it to the side because that will bite you back later, like badly. F&I Director will definitely help you through everything that you need. Just listen to everything they got to say because I guarantee you get where you need to be.